Hey y'all, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Welcome to Sweet Pea Southern Home. My name is Christy. I'm remembering to put on my apron today. We are going to use vanilla beans 3 ways today in preserving them. And the first 2 are really easy. I'm just going to show you those because I've already done them. We'll just talk about it for a minute, and then we're going to make some vanilla bean paste. So the first one I have here takes the longest. This is I used vodka. Don't use anything expensive. This was some cheap vodka, and I have about 10 vanilla beans in there, 8 to 10. You just put how many you want, split them first with a knife and put them in the alcohol. You want to store this in a dark place. Just make sure they're covered with alcohol. You can see mine are. And I did this at the beginning of September, so only a couple of weeks ago. But this takes about 6 months before it's ready to use. So if you know that you're going to be running out, then make sure you're thinking ahead of time enough to do this, and you just give it a shake. You can kind of see, not sure if you can, the seeds are swirling around in the bottom there, and you'll have your own homemade vanilla extract. Then I also took some vanilla beans and cut them up into tiny pieces and put them in a jar of sugar, and I'm just letting this set. This is really great for coffee. You can, if you sprinkle the tops of like muffins or a pie with sugar, it's really great on that, and just let it set. I probably should have picked a different container because I have a little bit of it's caking up a little bit, but that's okay. It's going to be just fine, and this lasts a really long time. I've never had it go bad. So there are 2 ways to use vanilla beans, and now I'm going to bring you around over here and show you the third. Okay, I have all my ingredients out right now, and I'm using a high-powered blender. If you don't have a high-powered blender, it's not going to come out as smooth. But you can try with whatever kind of, you can try with a food processor. It may take longer, and you might need to cut your vanilla beans up smaller than what I will cut them up. So first of all, I have some vanilla beans from Vanilla Bean Kings. These, I have stored the rest of what was left in this package after I used it to make my vanilla extract. And I am doubling this recipe, so I'm going to give you the single amounts. You need 2 ounces of whole vanilla beans. I already know the measurement that was in here, so I am doubling my recipe, and this is going to be a sticky part. So you just get a spoon, a pair of scissors. Whoop. Okay, maybe we won't do it that way. Okay, I have all my ingredients out in front of me, and you are going to need a high-powered blender for this, or a food processor. If you use a food processor, you may have to strain some of the beans pods out, because we want to use the whole pod for this, not just the seeds. And these I got off of Amazon. They're from Vanilla Bean Kings. I paid for this with my own money. And these are grade A Madagascar beans. Yeah, so I had previously opened them to make my vanilla extract. And if you do, for some reason, need to, I'm just going to start chopping these while I'm talking. If you do, for some reason, need to store vanilla beans, don't store them in the refrigerator. Vacuum seal them into a bag and just store them in your pantry, a dark place. They don't need to go in the refrigerator. So we need 2 ounces. This was previously measured by me. Like I said, I'm making a double batch. So you don't have to really pay attention to what I'm cutting up. It is better that you weigh the beans rather than dry measuring them. So I just kind of cut them all up into chunks, slices. I'm just gonna put all of them in my blender and go wash my hands. They smell really good, but they're really sticky. Ooh, almost lost a piece. Okay, we're gonna just add the rest of our ingredients to here, and I will link this recipe down below that I'm using today. So we need, for one recipe, 1/3 cup of water. We need a cup of granulated, just regular old white sugar. I use bay leaves in my sugar for long-term storage to make sure that no pests get in it. And I just saw one go into my vanilla. Oops, I almost made a mess with this one. Okay. My little vacuum cleaners are gonna come behind me and clean my mess up. Okay, we need 6 ounces of 80 proof alcohol. You can use whatever kind you want. You can use bourbon. I'm using a spiced rum this time for this. I used just plain vodka for the vanilla extract. So 6 ounces, and I'm doubling. And by the way, don't use an expensive alcohol. This just happens to be all that I could find at where I was shopping at. So otherwise I would have bought, this was the cheapest one where I went. So otherwise I would have bought something less expensive. Okay, we need 3 tablespoons of light corn syrup. Don't skip the corn syrup. It helps it to stay suspended and thicken up. And our last ingredient is some xanthan gum. You can leave this out if you wish. It's a thickener. I got this off of Amazon. Sorry about the lighting. I'm gonna have to invest in some better lights here shortly. Okay, make sure that you don't over put this in here. For each recipe, it's 1/4 of a teaspoon, so I'm gonna use my half of a teaspoon, and that's it. Now we need to blend this for 2 to 3 minutes. Give it a check it to make sure it's smooth. If it needs to be blended a little bit longer, you can do that. So let me turn you off while I use the blender. Okay, I blended this for about 2 minutes and it looks like it's done to me. So now what you want to do is pour it into some prepared jars. It will thicken up more as it sits. A day or two, it'll be really thick like the stuff you buy from the store. So I have 4 of these little 2-ounce jars that I'm going to fill as gifts for family. You can use this right away. It's better if you can wait a month or so. So I'm trying to get these ready for Christmas, so that's why I'm starting this today, and plus I had all the ingredients. And then I don't know if you've seen this year's limited edition jar. It's a sunshine on the side of the jar. I'm hoping you can see that. So I'm just going to fill the rest of it up with this. I may need one more jar. Okay, there we go. Filled the lid, filled the jars. These lids don't have flats. These are just storage jars. So this will last up to 3 years. Do not refrigerate it. Just put it in a dark place. Put it in your cupboard. It'll be fine. It will last longer than 3 years if you still have some left, but it may not taste as good anymore. It'll start losing its flavor. So there you have it. So easy. It took me longer to get all the ingredients together than it did to make it. I hope you'll give it a try. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's good to be back in the kitchen a little bit. Next week, I'm hoping to bring y'all a couple of recipes. And thank you so much if you've watched it all the way to the end. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.